Welcome to Bridging the Gap, connecting in a disconnected world. Today I'd like to talk about releasing what isn't yours. Got the opportunity to finish Mel Robbins' Let Them theory, which a lot of people are reading. And how can we let people be who they are so we can reclaim who we are? Is it just as simple as saying let them? So, what neuroscience and our nervous system tells us is that it shows, and research shows, that by trying to control other people's behavior, it strongly activates our stress network. Cortisol levels change, how we interact with them, it depletes our mental energy. And through polyvagal theory, fight flight responses, or freeze fawn responses, if we attempt to manage or micromanage, as I try not to do but end up doing very often, others, we remain in a highly sympathetic state. So, this dorsal vagal state where we're shut down, or a highly activated ventral vagal state, right? How do we stay in a non activated state so that we can regulate our safety and social connections? By simply saying let them. How does that work? When we signal our nervous system to say, I release control of their behavior and I'm going to manage my response. This alone trains our brain to focus on what we can regulate, our own internal state. So the only thing we have control on is our response to something. So how can that help everybody? By saying let them, which allows them to be who they are and do what they're doing, if that's the state of mind that they need to be in, so that we can find the balanced state of mind for ourselves. So let's practice how this would go into play. Find a safe, gentle, warm, loving place that you feel comfortable. Feel free to keep your eyes open, closed, partially open. Look at something beautiful if that makes you feel most comfortable. And just start to notice your inhale and exhale, your breath, as we find 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes is all we need to regulate ourselves. And if we do this practice every day, great. Find where your breath is. We're going to inhale a peaceful space. As we exhale, control, let it go. If you need a little bit more or a pattern, feel free to breathe in for 4. And if you need to, exhale a little bit more deeply for 6 and let that go. We want to feel this breath cycle. Place your hand on your heart to connect yourself. One on your stomach too, if you want to check out your breath, just to see where you are. This alone, holding yourself, helps knock some reaction down a bit of a level. And breathe through this cycle. When you feel yourself trying to steer someone else's behavior, or the dog's behavior, or your kid's behavior, come back to the breath. They'll see it. They'll see that you're taking a moment when you practice enough. My family sees it now too. And just notice the tension release. Notice that you're centering yourself, and you're not wanting to fix someone. You just want to be present. Sometimes we all need to go through our emotions and feelings, and allowing that gives us the space to breathe and be at peace. So continue the breath. Just noticing where you are and grounding. And this is what you can always come back to. When we allow the breath to soften, this impulse will remind our body to breathe. And with an intention, think, I cannot control them, only me. This mindfulness, this thought, as we release everything else, I'm safe, I can only control my response, is allowing us to be there, not just for ourselves, but them in such a deep and meaningful way. It lets us know, no matter what, we can find safety in dysregulation. It lets others know you can be dysregulated and I will still be here for you. Just think of that intention for another minute. Of how our breath and our mindfulness can allow us to be here for ourselves and someone without really doing much of anything, but being present. So as we rise from our mindfulness, feel free to stop and continue if you'd like a few more minutes, and then join back when you're ready. So our intention going forward for today, this week, this day, this month, in our moments of curiosity and questioning, when someone's reaction activates or triggers us, pause. Breathe. And say inwardly, let them. Let them choose. I choose my response. And it doesn't have to be immediate. You can always come back. Make sure you come back. Just set a time and a date to return, because it's important, so that it's not left open-ended, but time to regroup and think and have a meaningful response, if both parties choose to, which I highly encourage, even if it's to agree to disagree. So practice one relationship or situation, just one, maybe an easier one if there's a harder one that you feel you need to build up to, when you typically feel responsible for other people's actions or feelings. Each moment of letting go rewires your brain towards freedom. It rewires your nervous system towards regulation, and your heart towards peace and connection. I'd like to leave you with a quote from Mel Robbins. The more you let others live their lives, the better your life becomes. So thank you so much for joining me in this practice. I wish you much peace. Please, please, please feel free to like, share, tag someone, and I'd like to know if you've practiced this, or if you're going to practice this, what things do you feel you have questions about? Or if you've tried it, what do you have questions about? How did it work? How did it not work? How does let them allow you to help control your response? And maybe in some way allow them to feel validated for what they're really experiencing. Anyway, thanks again. Have a great day.